All right. Let me try and describe what I'll call the allegory of the ocean. It's an allegory that basically describes people trying to navigate reality. A lot of people are going through this. It's a map essentially for awareness, for awakening to things. A lot of people have their different little metaphors of awake and asleep, and a lot of it's comparative and snooty. Let me give you what I would describe as the allegory of the ocean. So, first stage is basically you're not even aware of the ocean. The ocean's invisible to you, but something's pushing you around like flotsam and jetsam through life, and you're trying to figure things out, but you're not sure what's going on. A lot of people are pushed around, and in our present time, a lot of people feel everything's chaotic. They're not aware of the ocean, they can't quite feel it. Maybe sometimes they do. Sometimes they react in fear, and they never really become aware of the quote unquote ocean of reality. The next stage is you start to become aware of the ocean around you, the things that are pushing on you, the waves. And there's a lot of layers to that first sort of becoming aware of the quote unquote ocean. The ocean has a lot of layers. What's actually influencing your life? A lot of that starts with sort of learning how we work. We learn the difference between self and not self, self and reality, or internal, external. The external being the quote unquote ocean that's made up of, like I said, a lot of layers. Then, stage three, you start to learn to sort of flow with things as you learn more about yourself, get more self mastery, self control of emotions, and things like that. Watching your ego, you start to learn, oh, there's more subtle things to what's going on, not just what conspiracy theorists talk about, but more spiritual sorts of things and subtle things that affect you. But you start to become aware of the ocean, and you start to learn to flow with it a bit. Next level, I'd say level 4, is you start learning to ground, maintain your own sort of self-mastery and centering in the flow of the ocean, so that you can get to a point where the ocean doesn't affect you. Step 5 is you actually become strong enough through practice, meditation, things like that, and awareness of what's going on around you, that you can actually start to learn how to move that ocean around you. And then I'd say step 6, higher level, you start to learn that you can actually submit to the ocean again, similar to step 3, but now fully knowing with self-mastery that you don't have to push the ocean around, you don't have to do certain things. And you just learn to flow with things naturally. And if you want to tweak things once in a while, you're at least at a level where you can tweak things. It's not just flowing. A lot of people that go through these different stages, most people don't even make it to this sort of stage 4 where it doesn't affect them, or they stay in stage 4 where the ocean focusing so hard on things not affecting them that they become overwhelmed, because that's nature. You're never going to be able to always stop things. Stage 5, always trying to shift things around, you're going to run into trouble there too, which is what naturally leads to stage 6, where you learn to flow and make choices. Choice is a big part of this universe. Free will is a big part of this universe, something I'm going to expound upon later. It's actually one of the most important things to understand. It's a universal law that's not talked about in too much of history or esoteric circles or spiritual circles, but free will is really, it's more important than people realize. Anyhow, that's my allegory of the oceans that people can understand, that I hope to walk people through, starting with, stage 1, just even becoming aware of this quote unquote ocean of what influences you and how you can control yourself, master yourself, so that you're not so pushed around by it.